Welcome back to Sports Gambling Podcast, NFL Draft Coverage. Today we're talking about the consensus tackles in the NFL Draft. We start off with Will Campbell, and there's a lot of conversation about, can he play tackle? Is he a guard? Campbell says he's going to be a tackle. A lot of NFL teams have said he's a tackle. The Patriots have said they see him as a tackle and would let him fail there. When you look at it, what's the big deal? What's the big deal about the arm length? We want 33-inch arms, and that's been a benchmark historically. And it's just been a pretty good predictor of success. It makes your margin of error a lot smaller when you have long arms, and you can recover. When you have small arms, you have to guess correctly. You have less chance to recover, and then you also have the times where kind of like a boxer, that first punch or that first hit, because of that longer arm length, they can get some leverage on you, get inside your body, and get control over you. But it has not been a problem for Will Campbell. He's been in the SEC, played against people that have gone first round in the NFL and did just fine. And a lot of people are saying it's just smoke. But for me, it's not the arms, it's the wingspan. His arm length is 32 5/8. The rest of the class are 33 or 34, except for Wyatt Millum and Gray Zabel, who are expected to move inside. Tackle wingspan. He's got really thin shoulders, and you look at his wingspan, it's 77 3/8. Josh Simmons is 82. Kelvin Banks is 84. Armand Membou is 82. Charles Grant is 81. And then the other guys are below 80. So like kind of 80 is kind of that benchmark for the wingspan. And so again, it just makes the margin of error that much smaller. And you're looking at, you're looking at a lot of lengthy pass rushers that are going to have really long arms and maybe give him some fits. But we'll see. I think he's going to be the first tackle off the board. I think we see, 4 or 5 tackles off the board. Right now, Will Campbell at the 4 spot for the Patriots. Armand Membou to the Jets at 7. I think you could make an argument to put him at a whole bunch of different places. He could flip over to the left side, which would make it interesting for, the Bears or some of these other positions, other teams, the Patriots included. But you'll see on draft day whether a team wants to put him at right tackle or left tackle. Kelvin Banks. I think Kelvin Banks' floor is the Miami Dolphins at 13. I don't think he makes it out from there. And part of that is my concerns with Josh Simmons. Josh Simmons had a knee injury. It was a patellar tendon injury. Without that injury, he's probably the number one tackle in this class. That's a very tough injury to come back from. We'll see. They have him going to the Texans. Josh Connerly, who some people have above Simmons, especially because of the injury history, is coming in at number 5. So your top 5 tackles: Will Campbell, Armand Membou, Kelvin Banks, Josh Simmons, Josh Connerly, right there as your top 5. You look at what are their projections right now. They have 6.5 for the offensive linemen selected in the first round. So this does not include Gray Zabel. This does not include Tyler Booker. Are the 2 guys that are the interior linemen that are expected to go. But if you see Campbell, Membou, Banks, Simmons, Connerly, and you get those 2 other guys, that's your 7. You have Arante Ursary as your 7th. Your 7th tackle. Wyatt Millum, I think he ends up going inside. Cameron Williams, the other tackle from Texas, I think he goes inside as well. Ozzie Trapilo, Emory Jones. Another reason why I think tackles move up the board is just because there's not many good ones. And it's not a deep class at all. There's a huge drop off when you get past Emory Jones, in my opinion. But there really is a huge drop off after Connerly. And I think all those guys above Connerly go in the first round. Connerly, Simmons, Banks, Armand Membou, and Will Campbell. This has been your consensus tackle. Drop your questions. Let us know what you think about these episodes. Let us know how many tackles you think are going to be selected in the 2025 NFL Draft.